Have you ever been so stressed out that you can't think straight? Well, listening to music can smooth out everyday annoyances by stimulating our neurotransmitters. I hope to inform you about three types of neurotransmitters that music activates in the brain. In the caveman era, music was a way of letting loose. To this day, music is still used for relaxation. I love listening to music to feel that beat in my chest is so amazing. So do many people around the world. You hear it everywhere you go, no matter if it's in a store, restaurant, you always hear some form of music. Now, the combination of work, bills, and children can cause too much stress, aggression, and just not enough energy. Listening to music is a wonderful way of relieving these tensions. When we listen to music, it aids our brain in activating neurotransmitters. But serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine are three main stress-relieving ones. Now, let's say you've had a hard day and you just think, oh my geez, today is just too much. So you look to your playlist to escape. You start to get into your music and you forget about all your troubles. When you feel at ease, this is the music working its magic. It's waking up every part of your brain and activating all your transmitters. The neurotransmitter that I will first inform you of is serotonin. Serotonin is the central mood transmitter in the brain. When you hear that one song that gives you what I like to call a Kool-Aid smile, really, happy, think of it as a switch, a serotonin switch being flipped on. Serotonin is one of the many neurotransmitters that make up our nervous system. The happier we get, the more serotonin is transmitted to our blood cells that course through our veins. Remember getting an airy butterfly feeling from your favorite song and you think of flying away? Well, that's because according to medicalnewstoday.com, about 80% of our body's serotonin is in our gut. And it's also associated with our appetite. HealthKeepersMagazine.com does state that too much stress can throw off our serotonin levels. This can make us either want to eat too much or not eat enough. A way to relieve this stress is to listen to music, which can restore our serotonin levels back to normal. Serotonin is not the only neurotransmitter activated from music to alleviate stress. There is a second happy neurotransmitter. The second neurotransmitter I'll inform you of is dopamine. Dopamine is the reward and pleasure neurotransmitter in our nervous system. According to newsmedical.net, dopamine is the motivation that drives to see our goal of happiness. Dopamine also reduces our negative influences that can derail us from our goals. When we're immersed into our music, it activates dopamine, which helps us focus. It sends information to different parts of our brain, that is our movement, feeling, and mood. Mentalfloss.com does state that when we receive the chills all over our body from an epic song, that's the dopamine working. Think of it as a switch being flipped on. If we didn't have dopamine, we'd all become addicts, obsessive-compulsive, addictive people. But that's where the music comes to play. Music increases the levels of dopamine, which reduces our chances of becoming these obsessive-compulsive addicts. Serotonin and dopamine alone create aggression. That's why there is a third happy neurotransmitter. The third neurotransmitter I'll inform you of is norepinephrine. Norepinephrine is an adrenaline neurotransmitter in our nervous system. It is what makes our blood pump when we hear that song. It pushes adrenaline and serotonin-filled blood cells through our veins. It brings up our energy levels and it elevates our mood. Norepinephrine is activated when we hear our favorite song and our heart just pounds to the beat. That's how you know that norepinephrine is being activated. That's the other switch that comes on. Singing along to a song can relieve stress and let out aggression. In doing this, it will help take our minds off troubling matters. Not only is norepinephrine a huge help in relieving stress, it is also used in emergencies. According to drugs.com, Norepinephrine is used to treat life-threatening low blood pressure that can happen with certain medical conditions, and it's also used during CPR. With music activating all three of these happy neurotransmitters of serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, they create the ultimate stress reliever. How about a recap of what these happy neurotransmitters do for us when we listen to music? Serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine are of significant value to us. They play a very interesting role as part of our nervous system. It's amazing how music triggers both hemispheres of our brains and activates our stress-relieving neurotransmitters. The next time you hear a relieving melody, I hope you will remember how great music is to our well-being and not just our ears.